All right, let's get into a story. We're going to talk about a piece of tech that feels, well, a little bit like magic, and how it's totally changing the game for small businesses. Now, I know this isn't actually a fairy tale, but honestly, it kind of feels like one.
So let me set the scene for you. Picture Sarah. She is amazing at her job. Her salon is booked solid. Her clients absolutely adore her. I mean, she's basically living the small business dream. But, with every great success, there's always a new challenge waiting around the corner.
And here it is. This is her dragon, the phone. It never, ever stops ringing. It's interrupting her when she's with a client. It's a distraction when she's trying to do payroll. It even rings after she's locked up for the night. Just a constant, relentless waterfall of noise.
And see, here's the thing. Every single time that phone rings, it's a total crapshoot. She has no idea who's on the other end. Is it a robocall about her car's extended warranty? Is it someone asking what time they close, something you could find online in 5 seconds? Or, and this is the really important one, is it a brand new client ready to book a $200 service right now? It's impossible to tell.
So what's she supposed to do? How does she possibly filter out all that junk and just get to the calls that matter? The ones that actually, grow her business. She can't really afford a full-time receptionist, so she needs a hero.
And this is where our solution comes in. Now, it's not a person, not in the way we usually think of one, but it might as well be. So let's meet the hero of our little story, the AI voice agent.
Okay, forget all the complicated tech speak for a minute. The absolute simplest way to think about an AI agent is just a digital employee. It's a system that does more than just follow a script. It can actually reason through problems, it can remember what you talked about before, and this is the key, it can actually do things.
So how does this whole digital employee thing work? Well, pretty much every AI agent has 3 core parts. First, there's the brain. That's the big language model that does all the heavy lifting, all the thinking. Then you've got the memory, which is how it keeps track of conversations. And third, you have the tools. These are the actions it can take, like booking an appointment. The brain, the memory, and the tools. That's really all it is. So here's the play-by-play of the magic. When you call in, your voice is instantly turned into text. That text gets zapped over to the agent's brain, which figures out what you need. The brain then writes a response, also in text, and that text is converted back into a super realistic voice that you hear on the other end. It's this incredibly fast loop that happens in, like, the blink of an eye. Okay, so Sarah's phone problem. It's a big one, for sure. But that is not the only dragon these agents can take down. Let's take a quick look at some of the other business headaches this tech can solve.
I mean, seriously, businesses are using these things for all kinds of quests. The AI receptionist is perfect for Sarah, yeah? But they can also qualify sales leads, calling people back literally seconds after they fill out a form. They can handle your basic customer support 24/7. They can even make calls for you, reminding clients about appointments, collecting late payments. The list goes on and on.
Right? So we get what these agents can do, but how do you actually make one for Sarah? How do we, forge this perfect helper? You're probably thinking it's got to be super technical and complicated, but it's really not.
Yeah, you can just get the idea of needing to be a coding genius out of your head. That's the old way. These days, it all comes down to giving the agent 3 key things. And it's not about writing code. It's about giving it the right knowledge, the right abilities, and the right instructions.
First things first, you give it a knowledge base. Think of it like a cheat sheet for a test. It's just a simple document with all the info about Sarah's salon. Services, prices, her address, her hours, all the stuff people ask about. The agent just studies this so it can answer questions in a snap.
Next up, you give it tools, and these are basically its superpowers. You connect it to Sarah's calendar so it can actually see when she's free and book a real appointment. You give it the power to transfer a call to Sarah's cell if someone gets really upset or has a complicated issue. These tools are what let it do stuff in the real world.
And the last piece, and honestly, maybe the most important, is its mission. We call it a prompt. It's basically a job description you write in plain English. You tell it who it is, you are Mary, the friendly receptionist. You tell it its goals, book appointments, answer questions, and you tell it how to act. It's the agent's whole personality right there in a paragraph.
And just like that, poof, Sarah's helper is ready to go. It immediately starts answering every single call. It handles the simple questions, it hangs up on spam callers, and, best of all, it seamlessly books paying customers right into her calendar. It just frees her up to actually do what she loves, running her business.
So what does this whole story really tell us? What's the moral here? This is where it gets really, really cool.
Take a look at this number, $50,000. No, that's not a typo. That's what big companies are willing to pay to have a system like this custom built for them. This isn't just a toy. It's solving a massive, expensive problem, and the demand is it's exploding.
But here's the real moral of the story. The amazing part isn't the $50,000 price tag. It's that you don't need $50,000 anymore. Building one of these used to require a whole team of engineers. Now anyone can do it, with no code. This kind of power isn't locked away in some ivory tower anymore. It's a tool for everybody.
And that really brings it all back to you. We all have our own version of Sarah's phone, right? That one repetitive, annoying task that just eats up our time and keeps us from doing the stuff that actually matters. So the real question I want to leave you with is, what's your dragon? And how could a little digital helper totally change your story?